The ones versus the ones.
Yeah, and it's a good opportunity to get the best competition against each other, the one offense versus the one defense.
And we are underway. Starting out at quarterback, a lot of people want to know, and they figured it would be Justin Fields, but it is Fields, so Baldwin will play the backup. Third down, and Fields out of the gun. Pocket collapsing. Now, he's a dual-threat guy. He can take off, but that's going to be blown dead well short of the line to gain. Third down and 9, chugging off with an empty set. Pocket pretty clean and wide open. There's Jalen Gill, so he went deep to him. Now a shorter pass, and he takes it to the 40 for a first down. Overlap there. Matthew Baldwin went to the same high school, a talent-rich school down in the Lone Star State. Chugging off way too deep with a pass there. Again, he was
goes out there and produces for his high school down there at Lake Travis. And he's in a battle again here at Ohio State, competing.
And he's putting it up in the air to KJ Hill. Flag comes in late after the Hill reception.
A lot of those positions are crucial to how a football program runs. He gets to keep a lot of that in place. And he was able to make some changes and make things his own, bringing in the defensive staff that he wanted. He kept Larry Johnson, the big keep at the defensive line. But he knows that there's an unbelievable. The challenge for Al Washington is figuring out what the best players are and putting them on the field and putting them in the right positions to make plays.
Pass
Cowboys.
Bouncing off Xavier Johnson. Eventually that play blown dead before he gets past the final level and heads towards the end zone. And he gets another opportunity. Drop the football. And it looks like the Gray squad has picked it up. And yes, we've got our first turnover. 7. Thankfully, Fields is okay. 3rd and 5 now. Oh, we know he can take off and run. He's going to show you a bit of it here, but it's going to be blown dead. Obviously great for Ohio State. Now great in the NFL for the Dallas Cowboys. Pass complete as Baldwin now continues to take over for the Scarlet team, and he gets that to Elijah Gardner, the sophomore from Kemp, Texas.
And you know, you're trying to prove that you belong. There's probably a lot of doubt sometimes. I know that when I came in freshman year, there was doubt, like, hey, can I play at this level? Can I compete with these guys? And the best way to kind of settle your nerves is to, like that last play, and also that they're just trying to go back to the basics and play fast.
Pass batted free and taken away. Amir Reed. He gets the pick, and that's a guy who's fighting for more safety reps after mainly being a special teamer the last 2 seasons. That's a good start.
Got him down.
I don't think Okudah, with all due respect to Mr. Okudah, would have had him down. Now officially into the end zone, Master Teague will get the score.
I mean, you basically don't have as many calls in your defensive call sheet. You let guys see formations, recognize it, and then just trust their instincts and go.
And you saw the 9 returning
came in, and he's excited to be back as a co-DC with Jeff Hafley. But you're exactly right. A handful of things, do them well, play fast.
And for those
coming here to the program, he had just started here at Ohio State, got offered positions, it was rumored. And he's a guy that the unique thing that they've done here, Brandon, is they've moved. You used to have a cornerback. No, instead, Coach Hafley has the entire secondary, so there's no excuses. Everyone will be on the same page. And I thought that was very interesting.
Wow, there's a look at Garrett Wilson, the 5-star freshman going up the ladder for 6. That was impressive. Ohio State fans are saying, yeah, we'll take that in the fall.
Out in the situation, man. I mean, I'm happy to play with another Buckeye, and I'm happy to be with my guys.
Hey, you know, your dad was honored yesterday at the coaches clinic. Long-time coach in Ohio, done a lot of great things, coached a lot of great players.
So Baldwin has had a few more opportunities and a few more completions. Let's see what Fields can do here. Nice throw. Right at the sticks. Austin Mack, his first catch of the game.
Big for this room. Obviously, Garrett Wilson coming in. I look for Austin Mack to have a big season.
And they go right back in his direction. But he's missing his roommate. He was roommates with Dwayne Haskins.
Yes, that's had an opportunity to have a shot at this job this year, but obviously played well for LSU.
Ooh, Master Teague just got popped out of bounds. They're knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Fields is going to keep. Will they give it to him? Yes, touchdown. Getting around the edge. He had Rashad Berry as the lead blocker. And the Georgia transfer in for 6.
Preparing himself for the draft.
Matthew Baldwin out here for another drive. Nice throw over the middle into the hands of Jake Houseman, one of the tight ends.
Walk out there, they're in man coverage. If they see a corner out there, they're not going to waste a corner on a tight end. So that zone coverage, it can make the process of elimination easier for young QBs.
Baldwin airs it deep, but that's into the hands of Johnson Wentz. Last play. Now 3rd down and 10 from the end zone. And you see the arm strength once more. Beautiful spiral. Wow. What a throw and what a catch. Goodbye. Benjamin Victor. The fans know what the senior can do. He's had flashes of brilliance in the past and a perfect pass right on the numbers. He takes it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
His teammate.
Back on the other side, and this is going to be Chugginoff taking over at quarterback, and wow, that's Johnson Went again, his 2nd interception. And that was a heck of a pick by the junior from Brooklyn.
Johnny Dixon. I'm sure that was in the back of his mind as well, being in the record books.
Matthew Baldwin, nice pass to Rashad Berry, in stride. And it'll be 1st and goal.
Final say, you can take those things into a game day on Saturday.
Fastball complete for the touchdown to C.J. Saunders out of the rocket right arm of Matthew Baldwin.
That's how the quarterbacks really settle in after a shaky start.
Chris Chugginoff, the senior from New Jersey. Deep ball wide open. Elijah Gardner all the way down inside the 10, and he'll be wrapped up and make it 1st and goal with 16 ticks to go in the half. Then it's the spring game. Instead, it'll be a chippy from the left hash. Right down the middle.
But see, if I'm a defensive coordinator there, I'm celebrating with my guys in the gray. You give up an explosive play, okay, we'll talk about what the breakdown was, but you guys held firm and you kept them out of the end zone. No one was feeling sorry for themselves, head down. That's a good teaching moment for the defense as well.
Field goal was by Blake Hallbill. He's returning, saw a lot of action last year, and the punter Drew Chrisman also returning, so special teams should be in a pretty good spot for the Buckeyes come the fall.
At this, in front of a crowd, he has every right to do it. It's his program.
Matthew Baldwin throwing, and that hauled in by Jalen Gill. Gill has been the most targeted receiver in this game, and they go.
Never had a season where they didn't win at least 11 games. Those are high expectations. That's a new standard here at Ohio State. He's up for it. Really like his demeanor.
Another opportunity for Marcus Crowley. The crowd thinks they're going to call it a touchdown, but they're not.
This practice facility, you're thinking to yourself, you're judged by you said the black and white photos on the wall, the national championship photos. You are judged by those. That's what you're remembered by. You appreciate the Big Ten championships. If you win a national title, your suggestion box is still always full.
Garrett Wilson again. He had the touchdown earlier. They're going to whistle this dead as he moves him into the red zone.
Meyer brought over. We didn't do that back, way back in the day.
Right, in the Tressel days.
Yeah, but I love it. I think it's a understanding that, hey, there's a certain culture set here. There's a certain way that we do things, and that's bigger than the standard that the people before us have set. And I love it. It's got to be an awesome feeling to be the first guy. It's got to be a sense of pride, right? Especially when you're an early enrollee. There's other guys that are trying to get their stripe, prove that they belong. When you're that's something that is hard as a fan to sit and really appreciate, because it is so daunting of a task. And when you think about just executing plays, where guys are going to line up.
And here's the electricity with the legs all the way down inside the 20 on the other side of the field. yards. Well, that play was a prime example of what you were saying, the difference between Fields and Baldwin that we're seeing out there. And this time the handoff had a strong run up the gut by Master T.
Now it's going to be Chase Young's turn. Who's going to be the opposite guy? Tyreek Smith, Jonathan Cooper. Five-star kid from about 20 minutes north, Zach Harrison.
That was too easy for Master Teague. Handoff and a lot of room to roam. A couple of key blocks. Touchdown for the Gray squad. Haven't talked about Zach Harrison on the defensive side, a five-star early enrollee that a lot of people are excited about. And of the 17 in this freshman class, those are probably the two.
Not only a great defensive line coach, but a great man, a mentor to a lot of those guys in his room. A lot of wisdom coming out of Larry Johnson.
Saunders again, back-to-back catches for number 80. And the players will tell you that Larry Johnson's a good motivator. 4th down and 7. You saw Baldwin take a shot for Garen Prater, the junior walk-on who's played well this spring, but he had a little too much on the football. Now a shorter pass is complete, but short of the line to gain as that one too goes to number 82, Garen Prater.
Brandon Bowen has had leg injuries the last 2 seasons, but he's versatile. Can he go left tackle or is he going to be in guard? So there's guys that have played. It's just, we talk about full-time starts and experience, they lost a lot of it. Thayer Mumford, there's going to be a learning curve. As Dwayne said, I see 2 young quarterbacks. They're making decisions that young quarterbacks would make. But remember, this is just the spring. This is going to be a different-looking team and a different-looking quarterback come week 1.
System, how have those guys been faring so far?
Look like it's a great competition going on, and you know, both guys have great composure, and I think they can still get better, you know, missing a few.
Absolutely. Thanks, J.K. Ja'Kalen Dobbins, starting running back for Ohio State. Big things here. Final season back up top.
And with Michael Weber gone, as we talked about, J.K. Dobbins, the man of the backfield, just got a little early action. He didn't even break a sweat out there today, though.
Year 2, you already know your guys and you know what's expected, what the new norm is there in Lincoln.
4th and final quarterback that we've seen, Danny Vanatsky.
Pace.
And it's going to be a deep defensive end room. We talked about that. Final play. Going for the end zone, looking for Garrett Wilson. But a little too tall, and Ryan Day says, I'm calling it. That's it. Final thought, what were your takeaways today, James?
Well, there's obviously some stuff to work on. Obviously, Justin Fields is going to look at those numbers and say, hey, I can be better. But I think you can get excited about this team. The defense made some plays, a couple interceptions here or there. Justin Fields' running ability gets you excited. Garrett Wilson's nice touchdown catch. There's a lot to be excited about here in Buckeye Nation.